welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. Today we're recapping UFC Las Vegas, Yan versus Dvalishvili. And as always, go down, like, and subscribe to the channel. Drop your comments on the card down below. And these are your hosts. I'm Paul, Pickle Winham Contra at the new crib, new setup. And who's with me?
Hey man, you already know it's that same old motherfucker, your boy Kev, Water Boy Savoy, aka the Street Fight Enthusiast, aka the Don PYE, but better known as the People's Champ. You feel me? And that's how we come in at all motherfucking times of the day. So Paul, I'm not gonna lie to you. We gotta put some respect on this card. It wasn't the UFC Vegas. It was UFC Las Vegas. And like, what's that? That's two cards in a row, Las Vegas. The last one was what, the third or what was it, like the third or fourth or fifth highest selling pay-per-view. And this one wasn't bad. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and like
UFC might need to start moving.
3 pay-per-views in a row.
That's fine. I mean, UFC can do.
But it's almost a pay-per-view.
I mean, UFC could fight. What's it called? I'm just saying, Las Vegas had gone to Las Vegas run. I feel like we'd all enjoy it.
Yeah, and we don't rarely get Las Vegas cards outside the Apex, so it was nice seeing the fucking fans, the back-to-back cards, and not just being a little like 20-man room.
Bro, this shit is crazy. I'm over here watching the free fights right now. The second I look this way, I see Kamaru Usman get the shit kicked out of him.
Shit,
but that's another fight. That's oh my gosh.
Quick shout out to some of the fight of the night, Petrino versus Turkology. So like Petrino, we 8-0 now. He had heavy ass hands, light heavyweight. Just another fun guy, kind of similar to like Paulo Costa, where he's just so big for like he's like the light heavyweight version of Paulo Costa, where he's just so big for the division, where like even a punch that doesn't seem like it's gonna hurt you, it fucking hurts you because he's so like he's just one big muscled up motherfucker that has mean hands. So and like the fights were 30-27, 30-27, 30-26, but he almost got submitted. He almost got up kicked when he went to go chase a finish. He got up kicked and it wobbled him. Like this fight was so crazy to watch. So like shout out to them boys. They put on a show. They got the 50K bonuses. But we gotta talk. That boy said Nurmagomedov taking an L to Jonathan Martinez. Unanimous 29-28 victory for Martinez. A lot of people I know thought said did enough to win, but it was also super close in terms of a fight where like both people had a lot of control time. Said had a couple submission attempts. Martinez had his own submission attempt. Said almost got the submission if there was more time on the clock towards the later round, but he did not enough time. And I mean, we see Said taking a loss here. Crazy. You don't see these Nurmagomedov losses often. So Jonathan Martinez definitely put himself as a bantamweight name to remember. And he called out some big names afterwards. I can't remember who, but he started making some call out.
I think that's actually crazy for bro to lose. And I'm just saying, maybe Khabib might need to take some time and then pop up to the gym a little bit more often again. Because like everything was good until that boy disappeared. I'm saying I'm not gonna get too deep into Islam, but I'm saying the last couple of Dagestani warriors, the boys ain't really look too unstoppable. He's like, I don't know if people are not. If there's defenses, if people are starting to the MMA starting to adjust or something like that. But at the end of the day, that Nurmagomedov fight was a close fight. Could have went either way. I didn't see it. I just saw the highlights on Twitter because what was I doing? Great question. But motherfucking damn, where do you see the motherfucking Said going after this? Is he gonna fight? Is he gonna pull Leon Edwards and go undefeated for 8 years till he gets the championship belt? Like he was really on the rise of climbing up the ranks higher and higher.
I mean, and Martinez wasn't a bad guy to lose to. Martinez hasn't never been knocked out, so like he's never been finished. He has great wrestling background. So that like we just saw him just kind of go up against somebody who had some of the skill set to counteract him. I think he needs to be more traditional style of the Dagestani warrior, which is like I'm gonna attack you hard on the ground. Like he likes to stand up a lot, and I think this loss is gonna show him like okay maybe just beat the guy. Stop trying to be pretty about it and just beat the guy. I'm better than you in every aspect type shit. Jonathan Martinez, on the other hand, I think he just set himself perfectly perfectly to be on the UFC Mexico card. He was talking about Viva Mexico, like he Mexican himself, so like and now he's just beat a ranked bantamweight. They need another name to fill the main card in Mexico, and I think he'd be another great little piece. Like he's like this is a perfect fight to win as UFC's trying to get a Mexico card ready.
Did they have a date for that yet?
Not yet, but it's probably I think they're aiming September, so it gives them enough time to come back because they're already talking about it's going to be Alexa Grasso, Brandon Moreno, so that's co-main event and main event right there.
Raul.
And then you're gonna some people are saying
Don't forget my dog Raul.
Raul Rosas. They're saying Brian
Ooh,
might be on the card. And then I think Jonathan Martinez will be that's a strong five right there in my opinion to have on the main card. And then you can fill in the rest.
What about Yair?
Oh, now my Yair might be the maybe Jonathan is the featured prelim. Like
imagine Yair versus Brian Ortega. I'm just saying.
Oh, that'd be the rematch.
That'd be a banger, especially and then especially since both of them lost to Volk already. Volk might be tied up.
I think his next fight's Volk, no matter what.
But that's in July for the international fight week. I'm already looking to the head after Volk kind of does his thing. You feel me? The Volk kind of Volk's up real quick. I'm talking about in September. You think that boy can get back by September? Not take too much damage?
Maybe. I mean, it's a Volk fight. You never know.
Damn. Imagine if they came into the championship, came into UFC Mexico with 3 champions.
Hey, as I'm saying, like this UFC Mexico card could really be crazy if everything goes right. I think that's why Dan is okay with it being later in the year because he's trying to see how some things pan out.
Yeah, let that boy Brandon Moreno chill for a little bit, even though he didn't really take damage like that. But on to the next fight, man.
We had the catchweight fight, which was a main event a couple weeks ago. Nikolai Krylov versus Ryan Spann. My boy Krylov, I was heavy on Krylov. I really loved him as a money line pick. I mean, first round triangle choke gets the finish. He got the takedown, was doing damage on top. Do a couple submission attempts later, he gets the finish.
This isn't so. I may have been in and out of sleep and watching this, but didn't Ryan Spann almost catch a guillotine or something before he got tapped out?
Yeah, he had his own submission that he almost had too before he got hit with it. It was a fun little BJJ little fight for the 3 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember watching that fight thinking like, wow, for a 1-round fight, that was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, 3 minutes worth watching right there.
Right? That was 3 minutes to watch.
That was a while with that Krylov. Also I don't know how to really judge these guys. Krylov, he keeps losing to the top guys and he beats the other guys. I feel like he's somebody who they're gonna try to poke up to be a championship contender if they run out of other fighters. But this is right where his wheelhouse is. I think he's able to pick off some of the other guys who aren't top 10, 7 worth. But then when you start talking about some heavy hitters, I think that's when we see Krylov hit. He's not that type of fighter. He's not a top 5 guy.
It'd be like that. But this is 205, right?
No, 185. They just did the catch weight for one whatever because of they missed the fight got moved.
Dang, 185. So yeah, he does got some hitters in his division. He got to deal with Vittori Whitaker.
Oh wait, no, you're right. He is 205. He is 205.
Oh, I was about to say, them boys look big as fuck.
Yeah, no, it is 205. You're right. I apologize. Because he did, his wins are over Gustafsson, who was his return fight, but no one was picking Gustafsson. I mean, at least not on this podcast. And then Uzumir, I like Uzumir, but he's in the same position. He's just, he's a top 15 guy, but he's not top 5. And then Ryan Spann, you saw how he did to him, but he lost to Paul Craig, which he was winning. But I don't know. I'm not the biggest Krylov fan. I just don't think he's someone to really be like, oh, watch out for him in the title shot.
I respect it.
And these fights were kind of
quick. We'll see Ryan Spann. Hopefully Ryan Spann bounces back.
Yeah, Ryan Spann's a fun guy. BJJ and heavy hands, that's a great combo for UFC.
Yeah.
Then we had the first round finish by my boy Volkov. I took him as the underdog here, the gatekeeper he knows how to keep the gate closed on some of these bums. He took the 16-1. He took the 16-1 Romanov and took him to the fucking the woodshed. 27 strikes, 12 significant. Got the first round KO on punches. Romanov throws one total strike. If that just shows you how much of like he just wasn't there.
Domination is real, man. What's crazy because I feel like that's how he won his last fight too.
Yeah, Volkov's been on like ever since the Aspinall L. People like don't sleep on him. He took care of Rosenstrike within 2 minutes. He took care of Romanov in 2 minutes. He has spent less than a
Dude,
round last two fights.
that's crazy because I feel like the first fight was less than a round. Like
Yeah, 3 minutes 45.
I feel like as a total, about I swear, like as a total, I've probably seen like 5 to 6 minutes of Volkov fight over 3 fights. And I feel like the first one was just because he didn't know that he didn't know how to he just wasn't ready for that armbar when it got there.
And like Romanov was
Against Tom Aspinall.
Romanov was one of those I would say like inflated fighters. Like he was 16-0, and his two best wins in the UFC at that moment was Jared Vanderay and Chase the Vanilla Gorilla Sherman. All right. And then he loses to Mason Tiberius.
I remember watching that fight.
Mason Tiberius is not that great of a fighter, loses to him. Majority decision. Some people said he was robbed. Okay, cool. Still, I don't think if you're having any type of majority, a close fight with Mason Tiberius, if you're really this 16-0 killer that's coming to take over the UFC. So that's why I was big on Volkov as underdog. I was like, I don't know, this guy just doesn't. His resume doesn't add up for someone who actually 16-0, but like who are these people? Or at that time it was 16-1 against the Mason Tiberius majority loss. So I was like, oh, like Volkov kind of seen a lot of better guys. So I was shocked he fucking ragdolled him. Don't get me wrong, I didn't expect that to happen, but that boy took care of business as a dog.
He handled like a big dog supposed to. I fuck with Volkov. I still think he's a great guy.
And then the main event, this is where everyone came to see right here. My boy Merab Dvalishvili took care of business. Like, I love Yan. Like, it hates me to say it, but like we were kind of saying it on the pre-picks on how, like he hasn't seen a great wrestler in a little bit. And when he did see a great wrestler in Aljo, he got absolutely cooked. Maybe Dvalishvili is gonna be able to do the same thing.
Hey man, this shit is crazy, right? So I look at this fight. So definitely, bro, definitely came and handled business. We not even gonna try to even slight Merab. But damn, my boy Yan, 3 in a row. Damn. So damn, that's tragic. But I look at it like this, right? So I feel like Merab probably came in with the best game plan possible. It didn't hit me. Oh, he trains with Aljo. Oh, Aljo's fought this guy twice. Aljo came back with a better game plan and in better shape the second time to be ready to fuck him up. Aljo's gonna be Aljo's gonna be Merab's training partner for this fucking fight. Oh, those things did not correlate in my head even slightly, which I think is crazy. Because that's usually shit I'd be on. But Merab came out there and I don't want to say he put on a master class. I think if this was like a fight in a lunchroom or a fight like at Northdale, like at a park, like you're thinking there's gonna be times where like me as Petr Yan's homeboy and you as Merab's homeboy, we're gonna be looking at each other like, well, you better not fucking jump in. You better not jump in. Because there was times I felt like Petr Yan was trying to, even though he was getting like not fucked up, but like there were times where he was competitive the whole fight and he tried to really make things shake. But like Merab's two things Merab had over Yan was motherfucking this wrestling and pacing. Like the pace that Merab was at is fucking insane. I think he went for like 49 takedowns.
49
on some crazy shit.
11 for 4.
And he landed 11. That's 2 a round. Like that's a lot. You thinking like, oh wow, his percentage is fucking crazy. I'm like, bro, you're a fucking dickhead if you think that's a little bit less than 22%. He's like at what 21%, 21.5%. Motherfucking yeah, you could tell I count money a lot. I did that in my head. But motherfucking that's an insane, and then his pace looked like he could go another 5 rounds, no problem. Like he just kept the pace going at him, never slowed down, kept doing it, set up every takedown with strikes. Like he was nasty. Like, and you know me, I'm a wrestling ass motherfucker. I think Kobe Covington's a bitch, but like I love watching him fight because he's a wrestling ass motherfucker. So like motherfucking, Oh man, this fight is crazy. Like, what was your take from this? Like, cause I feel like he really 45, 50 my dog, but I'm just like, fuck. Like, I just his pace is crazy.
Petr Yan by the third round was tired. That was the crazy part. That was when I was really like, that motherfucker's breathing through his mouth right in the third round. This is Petr Yan, 5 round specialist. Merab's relentless like I don't think I've ever seen 49 takedown attempts. Ever. I know I haven't been watching UFC that long, but don't be no one in the comment section better be like, oh, what a casual. Bitch, pull up the receipts in the past like 5 years as a 49 takedown attempts happened. Like this is not common.
The most takedowns I seen was Jan versus Izzy. That was a lot of fucking takedowns. But that definitely wasn't 49. And then I know somebody that went for like 23, and I thought that was crazy. And like I'm coming from a wrestling background.
And I want to say Merab was able to tie in his stand up that well with it because that's where I felt like Jan was able to get some of his cleaner shots in, and he was kind of looking good. And this is at least the early fight. Towards the late round, was he was just so tired and done and gassed, where he was just trying to survive the Merab onslaught. I feel like, and just like, but even though his stand up wasn't working too great, just the fact that Jan had to like sit there and in his head like have to think about a takedown. Like the fact you shot 49, I know that played a mental warfare on Yon, where like I can't throw anything because I got to use my hands to block his next takedown. Like he's gonna shoot another one. When's he shooting it? Oh, is he about to shoot it now? Like I know that was going on because after the first 20, you're like, this motherfucker ain't giving up. Like after the first round,
No,
like, oh, this is gonna continue to happen. Like, oh my god.
and you know what's crazy to me about this shit? I felt like throughout the fight, Jan was getting better at defending the takedowns. Like in the fifth round, he went for a Granby roll, and I was like, "That's beautiful." But like the fact that Merab did not stop, not once did he slow down, not once did he ever think twice. Not no, he went for every takedown. He was getting bitches. He was turning blast doubles into motherfucking. This man was connecting on blast doubles, turning the blast doubles, grabbing the single legs, getting the high seat. Like this man put on a real deal. Like this is what you do for warm ups and practice when you go through like when you go through probably like anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15 takedowns just to warm up. He went through his entire repetition. Like he went for everything. That shit was crazy. But you know what's even crazier? He is now ranked number one in the division. But because his training partner is Aljamain Event, who has to take on Henry Cejudo in Jersey, motherfucking he is not even thinking about about a fucking championship fight.
Yeah, no, I think I said this before. I know I said this before. But this is like a year. Like it's been a minute since I said this. Was Aljo's thing was he was talking about moving up. Aljo was willing to go up a weight class because his training staple, his partner, his homie, his brother, basically Merab, and he was saying this when Merab was like eighth and ninth in the division. And he was saying like, yeah, he's gonna be the next champion, and when he's able to become champion, I'm looking to go up. I'm already big for the weight, whatever. I think we're gonna see because like Aljo kind of might be enjoying the championship. But like it's kind of like once you get that gold around your waist, it's kind of you might have a different tune on that. Like this was disqualified champion Aljo. This wasn't truly crowned number one champion Aljo. That's a different red carpet. You feel me? Like I don't know exactly what's gonna happen now. This might be Anderson Silva, Lyoto Machida situation where it's like, hey, like I'm already champ. Like do me the solid to move up. But like Aljo's big for the bantamweights, whereas Merab is a bantamweight. So if Merab moves up, I don't know how much more success he will have because he's already I want to say small for the division. He's just like this is his division. Like that's him perfect. Aljo could
No,
move up.
I think definitely, and then yeah, I think definitely this is Merab's division because you can just look when fighting Petr Yan. Like he motherfucking, you can take him down for sure, but you couldn't hold him. Like that's not what he's doing. Same thing when he fought Aldo. He had Aldo defending the takedowns, but a lot of people thought like, damn, if Aldo just was a little younger, like this fight probably wouldn't have been close just because Aldo would have been a little quicker with stopping the takedowns and then counter with punches, counter with strikes. So like you're not doing that to motherfucking Brian Ortega. You're not doing that to Josh Emmett. You're not doing that to motherfucking the boys over in that next division. Like, nah. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think Aljo wants to see Volk for a fucking championship fight. So like, this is when shit gets interesting because they got to figure something out. And also, I think it comes down to the fact that like they're training partners too. So like there's like something that comes into it. Like like y'all could wrestle off for you guys can have fights in practice. Like and I respect that I don't want to take my brother's shine to shine too. Like you feel me? I respect it. Me personally, I would have did a Gilbert Burns and I would have just changed gyms. I would have just changed gyms for the fight and just see what happened. It's all love at the end of the day.
I will say history
But
repeats itself, and we saw Anderson Silva, Lyoto Machida situation, and I forgot to bring up Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz. That was the biggest fight to make. Like, and you, especially at that time where Chuck Liddell with the Mohawk and everyone knew of Tito Ortiz, like, but they were just happened to be training partners in Southern California, and they said they would never fight each other. And like, Dana tried his best to make it, it never happened. And I know Dana's hating this right now because Dana, like, what if Aljo beats Henry Cejudo, and what if Aljo beats Sean O'Malley?
when he does,
Yeah, when he does both those things, and the only fight that is to be made at bantamweight for the title fight at least is the Merab and him. Dana White, I know is gonna be like he might be like putting up 2 million for the fight type shit just because he wants that title to move on type shit because no one would care about if Merab goes beats a number 7 ranked guy. No one would care if Aljo go beats a number 7 ranked guy after he runs through the top 4. Like this will really put a stall on one of the best divisions in MMA right now. So like I know if like Dan is not happy, so he might be trying to force some shit on his end if he can. I just think hopefully Aljo makes his 2 defenses, secures himself as like a pound for pound goat in the status of bantamweight of all timers, and then goes up, especially if it makes it look easy, and then he goes up and tries his luck at a featherweight. And Volk's gonna be a little aged. Who knows?
I think I think that's possible, right? That's best case scenario for
That is
Dana.
best
But
case.
I feel like we're forgetting somebody though.
Who we forget at bantamweight?
My dog Cheeto Vera, man. We forget Cheeto now. Cheeto go see look, right. So Dana has 2 choices, right? So they just ranked Merab at number 1. I'm just saying. You can go Merab, Sean O'Malley, but if Merab beats Sean O'Malley, then you just lost your number 1 contender for the belt after Henry Cejudo. But or you could, hey, Cheeto, you busy? Here's Merab, Cheeto. Introduce each other. Bet. Let's go ahead and set this fight up. Boom. And then Cheeto kicked the fuck out of his ass like he did Dominic Cruz. And then now Cheeto got the title shot. I'm just saying.
Vera is the man's bantamweight Molly Meatball, bro. I am sick and tired of these Cheeto Vera fans and my messages and Twitter feed really talking like he got a shot at the title, bro. This is blasphemy at its finest. Shout out to Stephen A.
Remember, I was a Cheeto Vera not hater, but I was like, I don't think he really did Rob Font like that. You feel me? I don't know. I picked Dominic Cruz. I was like, yeah, give me the announcing, motherfucker. Nah. That boy Cheeto Vera is getting better every fight. So if he can figure out how to defend some motherfucking takedowns, yeah, I like him to go ahead and rob ass.
And so because we're getting off topic, so let's wrap up UFC Las Vegas. But before we wrap it up, I'm sorry to announce this. Thank you for your service and thank you for your fights, Petr Yan. But we were sending your ass to the PF. Sad day for real.
Hey man,
with the likes of Tony Ferguson, Derek Lewis,
and Michael Chandler after he loses to Conor McGregor,
or Conor McGregor if he loses to Michael Chandler. The island, the PFL list is gonna go long and long.
I'm crying. But hey, Paul, that's it, man. Motherfucker, this shit was low key lit. it was a good card. I appreciated it. It was definitely a good. It wasn't because John Jones was just him. You feel me? I'm still kind of high off of that. So it was just a nice little it was a nice bong rip. This was a nice bong rip. But I need everybody to stay tuned because UFC 286 is motherfucking coming, bitches. Motherfucking Kamaru Usman rematching the fucking welterweight champ Leon Edwards. Third time. We gonna figure it out. Hey man, stay tuned. We got more coming. I'm your boy Lil Kev, aka Waterboy. Kev Waterboy's your boy, the street fight enthusiast. That's your boy Paul Pickle Winter Concert, the drunk gambler, the man with the analytics. And this has been the Totally Blitz podcast. And if you didn't know, I don't mind telling you and everybody else in PFL.
Star measurements, plug here, let them in, passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me, ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Then my gang got tools, you could call them boy crap. Man, this gang got rules, man, you better watch your passes. This ain't not new, and see some accent, all I say is true. You better stop your capping, lacking really your ass all in the passing.